First Contact Protocol. The vast darkness of space seemed to swallow the light of distant stars as High Commander Vexlar of the Galactic Confederation stood motionless on the command deck of the flagship Eternal Vigilance. His four eyes, each capable of perceiving different spectrums of light, focused intently on the holographic display before him. What he saw defied everything the Confederation scientists and military strategists had ever known about the primitive species called humans. "Confirm scan results," Vexlar ordered, his voice a deep rumble that resonated through the ship's neural acoustic system. Chief Sensor Officer Nirelax's tentacles worked frantically across the bio-integrated console. "Confirmed, High Commander. The vessel is definitely of human origin, but its energy signature, it's unlike anything in our database." For centuries, the Galactic Confederation had monitored the small blue planet in an unremarkable spiral arm of the Milky Way. Humans were classified as a Level 2 species, capable of limited interplanetary travel but confined to their solar system. Their technology was considered crude, their social structures primitive, and their potential for advancement minimal. That assessment now seemed catastrophically wrong. The human vessel that had appeared at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system defied conventional understanding. It wasn't just that it had somehow traversed 4 light-years without using any known form of faster-than-light travel. It was that it seemed to exist in a state of quantum uncertainty, simultaneously solid and ethereal, visible to some sensors, but completely absent from others. "They should not be here," Science Director Jovac stated, her crystalline exoskeleton shimmering with anxiety patterns. Their most advanced propulsion systems were projected to require at least 70 more years before achieving even rudimentary interstellar capability. Evidently, Vexlar replied dryly, "Our projections were flawed." Aboard the UES Thunderstrike, Commander Elena Frost watched the alien vessel with calculating eyes. Her short-cropped silver hair framed a face marked by both discipline and intelligence. 20 years in Earth's unified space command had taught her patience, but even she felt a flutter of anticipation at what was about to unfold. "Status report," she commanded, her voice calm despite the historic nature of this encounter. Lieutenant Commander Jackson's fingers danced across the neural tactile interface. "Stealth systems operating at 97% efficiency. We're visible enough for them to detect our presence, but nothing more. Adaptive shields are holding. Quantum communication array is ready to transmit the first contact protocol." Frost nodded, satisfied. Earth's leadership had debated for decades how humanity should make its presence known to the wider galactic community. The decision hadn't been whether to reveal themselves. Their long-range sensors had detected alien civilizations years ago, but how to ensure humanity's position would be one of respect rather than subordination. "They're scanning us," reported Tactical Officer Rivera. "Multiple frequencies, some we've never encountered before." "Let them look," Frost replied with the hint of a smile. "Selective transparency protocol. Show them exactly what we want them to see." What the Confederation sensors were seeing was calculated to send a very specific message. The human vessel, a sleek obsidian shape approximately 500 meters in length, appeared to be constructed of materials that shouldn't exist according to the Confederation's understanding of human technological development. Its hull absorbed rather than reflected scanning beams, and occasional glimpses of its internal structure revealed power systems that operated on principles the alien scientists couldn't begin to comprehend. Back on the Eternal Vigilance, panic was beginning to spread among the junior officers. The implications were staggering. If humans had achieved this level of technology undetected, what else were they capable of? "High Commander," Communications Officer Trelvon interrupted, "we're receiving a transmission from the human vessel. It's being delivered directly to our primary neural network. They've bypassed all our communication protocols." Vexlar's eyes narrowed. "How is that possible?" "Our communication systems are biologically encrypted." "Unknown, sir," the officer replied, mandibles clicking nervously. "The signal appears to be adapting to our neural patterns in real time." The message that appeared before the High Commander was both simple and profound. Greetings from Earth. We come in peace and seek dialogue. Your species has been observing ours for 247 standard years. We have been observing yours for 83. We request formal diplomatic contact within 1 standard rotation. This vessel, UES Thunderstrike, will maintain position until then. The control room fell silent. The message wasn't just in perfect Confederation standard language. It contained specific references to classified observation missions that only the highest levels of Confederation leadership should have known about. Impossible, whispered Science Director Jovac. Their planet shows no signs of quantum communication capability. Their global network is still primarily electromagnetic. Apparently, Vexler replied, there is much about humans we do not know. Within hours, the Confederation's Emergency Council had convened via secure quantum link. Representatives from 17 spacefaring species debated frantically about how to respond to this unprecedented situation. We must mobilize the defense fleet immediately, insisted war strategist Kurgath, his armored carapace bristling with threat displays. This vessel could be the vanguard of an invasion force. That's premature, countered diplomatic overseer Elevish. They've made no aggressive moves. They specifically requested dialogue. Since when do primitive species suddenly appear with technology that rivals our most advanced developments? Kurgath shot back. This defies every model of technological progression we've established. High Commander Vexlar raised a hand for silence. We will take a measured approach. Mobilize the 7th Fleet as a precaution, but maintain a respectful distance. I will lead a diplomatic delegation as requested. However, his voice hardened. All vessels will be on high alert status, and the planetary defense network will be activated. Meanwhile, aboard the Thunderstrike, Commander Frost received her own updates from Earth Command. The Confederation is moving military assets into the system, reported Strategic Intelligence Officer Chang. 17 capital ships and approximately 40 support vessels. They're maintaining a defensive formation at a distance of 0.8 astronomical units. Frost nodded, unsurprised. As expected, they're frightened but curious, exactly where we want them. Commander, said Lieutenant Doss from the Cultural Analysis Station, we've processed their internal communications. Their leadership structure is more fragmented than our models predicted. The species called the Arthax hold disproportionate influence in military matters, while the Illuvians control most diplomatic channels. Good to know, Frost replied. Update the diplomatic approach accordingly. Emphasize technological cooperation when addressing the Illuvians and mutual security when addressing the Arthax. The Thunderstrike's mission was the culmination of Earth's century-long Shadow Protocol, a comprehensive strategy developed after humans first detected alien signals in 2084. While maintaining the appearance of a planet focused inward, humanity had secretly unified, developed technological capabilities at an exponential rate, and prepared for the inevitable encounter with extraterrestrial civilizations. Their strategy wasn't based on aggression, but on ensuring they would enter the galactic stage from a position of strength. The Thunderstrike wasn't primarily a warship, despite its formidable capabilities. It was a demonstration, a carefully calculated revelation of just enough human technology to guarantee respect without triggering outright fear. As the alien fleet positioned itself at a cautious distance, Commander Frost gazed at the stars visible on the command deck's view screen. Humanity's future would be determined by what happened in the next 24 hours. They had prepared for this moment for generations, developing technologies in secret, establishing hidden colonies throughout their solar system, and building a fleet that currently remained concealed behind a quantum veil. Prepare the demonstration package, she ordered. When their diplomatic vessel approaches, we'll show them exactly who they're dealing with. The demonstration. The Confederation diplomatic vessel Harmonious Discourse approached the human ship with extreme caution. Despite its designation as a diplomatic craft, it was escorted by 3 heavily armed warships that maintained a tight defensive formation. Inside the discourse, High Commander Vexlar supervised final preparations for the unprecedented meeting. All translation systems calibrated to human vocal patterns, reported communications specialist Realtech. We've integrated what we know of their language structures from our observation records. Unnecessary came a voice that seemed to emanate from the ship itself. The alien crew froze as Commander Elena Frost's image appeared on their main communication display, speaking perfect Confederation standard. We are quite capable of communicating in your languages. Vexlar recovered quickly from his surprise. Commander Frost, I am High Commander Vexlar of the Galactic Confederation. We accept your invitation for dialogue. Excellent. Frost replied with a slight nod. However, before we proceed with formal diplomatic contact, we believe a demonstration is in order. Please maintain your current position. Before Vexlar could respond, sensor alarms blared throughout the ship. On the tactical display, the human vessel, which had remained stationary since its arrival, simply vanished. Where did they go? Demanded Vexlar, his voice sharp with sudden anxiety. Unknown, High Commander. The sensor officer responded, manipulating controls frantically. No energy signature, no distortion field. No. Behind us, interrupted the tactical officer, voice trembling. They're behind our escort vessels. The impossible had happened. In less than 3 seconds, without any detectable movement, the massive human ship had repositioned itself 200,000 kilometers from its original location, somehow passing through the Confederation defensive line without triggering a single proximity alert. This is impossible, whispered Science Director Jovac. Even our most advanced phase shift technology can't. She was interrupted by another alarm, as the tactical display updated again. Now the human vessel appeared simultaneously in 3 different locations, its original position, behind the escort vessels, and directly alongside the harmonious discourse. What you're seeing, Commander Frost's calm voice explained, is a limited demonstration of human quantum positional technology. We exist in a state of superposition until we choose to collapse the waveform. We could be anywhere in this system at any moment. A hushed silence fell over the Confederation command deck. The implications were staggering. A species with this capability could not be contained, could not be threatened, perhaps could not even be fought. We request, Frost continued, her image unwavering, the neutral location for our meeting. We suggest the automated research station in orbit around the second planet. It is unmanned according to our scans, yet has adequate life support for all parties. 2 hours later, representatives from both sides convened in the station's central chamber. The Confederation delegation consisted of High Commander Vexlar, Science Director Jovac, Diplomatic Overseer Elavish, and War Strategist Kurgath. Humans were represented by Commander Frost and 3 specialists whose functions were not immediately clear to the aliens. Let me begin by addressing your primary concerns, Frost said once formalities had been exchanged. Humanity is not expansionist by nature. We have no interest in claiming Confederation territories or resources. Our goal is cooperation and mutual advancement. Your technological capabilities suggest otherwise, Kurgath stated bluntly, his armored limbs shifting restlessly. No species develops quantum positional technology for peaceful purposes. Frost smiled slightly. Our technological path has been unusual by galactic standards, but it was shaped by necessity, not aggression. She gestured, and one of her companions activated a holographic display showing Earth's solar system. For centuries, humanity believed itself alone in the universe. When we detected your observation platforms in 2084, it triggered a profound shift in our development strategy. Rather than announcing our discovery and potentially exposing ourselves to a technological and cultural assimilation, we chose a different path. The hologram shifted to show the rapid advancement of human technology over the last century, all of it carefully concealed from outside observation. We unify our planet not through global government but through purpose. We channeled our competitive nature into technological advancement rather than conflict. We developed in secret, building our capabilities until we could enter the galactic community as equals, not as subjects. Science Director Jovac leaned forward, her crystalline form refracting light as she moved. But this level of advancement defies established models of technological progression. Your species moved from rudimentary space travel to quantum positioning in less than a century. Your models, replied one of Frost's companions, finally speaking, are based on the developmental patterns of your own species. Humans think differently. He introduced himself as Dr. Nathan Chen, Theoretical Applications Director. While most species develop technology in a linear fashion, humans tend to make unexpected connections between disparate fields. Our quantum positioning technology grew from research in subatomic particle entanglement combined with biological neural mapping. A holographic display shifted again, showing complex equations that caused even Jovac's compound eyes to widen in surprise. We discovered, Chen continued, that consciousness itself affects quantum states in ways your science hasn't yet explored. Our ships don't just use technology. They integrate with human neural networks to achieve effects that would be impossible with mechanical systems alone. War strategist Kurgath's posture had shifted from aggressive to attentive. You're claiming your biological neural systems can directly influence quantum fields. Precisely, Chen confirmed. We don't just build our technology. We grow it, shape it, and connect with it. The Thunderstrike isn't just a vessel. It's an extension of human consciousness. The implications stunned the Confederation representatives. Their own most advanced technologies, while impressive, were fundamentally mechanical in nature. The concept of technology that responded directly to thought, that could be influenced at the quantum level by consciousness itself, represented an entirely new paradigm. How many more ships like the Thunderstrike do you possess? Vexlar asked directly. Commander Frost's expression remained neutral. Enough to ensure our security, but our purpose here isn't to threaten. It's to establish understanding. She stood and approached the Confederation representatives, her posture deliberately open and non-threatening. For centuries, your Confederation has categorized species based on technological development, interstellar reach, and biological complexity. You've established hierarchies that place your founding species at the top and relegate others to subordinate positions. We're here to suggest a different model, one based on cooperation rather than classification. Diplomatic Overseer Ilavish, who had remained silent until now, finally spoke. What exactly are you proposing, Commander? A new protocol, Frost replied. One that recognizes the unique contributions each species can make to galactic advancement. Humans don't want to rule or be ruled. We want to collaborate. The discussion continued for hours, spanning topics from technological exchange to cultural understanding. By the time the meeting concluded, it was clear to the Confederation representatives that everything they thought they knew about galactic power structures would need to be reconsidered. As they prepared to return to their respective vessels, High Commander Vexlar approached Commander Frost privately. Your demonstration was most effective, he said quietly, but I suspect you showed us only a fraction of what humanity is truly capable of. Frost's slight smile neither confirmed nor denied his suspicion. The universe is vast, High Commander. There's room for all of us to grow and learn from each other. Today it is just the beginning. As the Thunderstrike departed the Proxima Centauri system, its quantum drive engaging in a display of light that defied conventional physics, messages were already racing across the galaxy. The Confederation would never be the same. A new species had arrived on the galactic stage, not as supplicants seeking admission, but as equals demanding respect. And in distant Earth, the Unified Council received Commander Frost's encrypted report with satisfaction. Phase 1 of humanity's emergence was complete. The path forward would be challenging, filled with both opportunities and dangers. But for the first time, humans would face the cosmos not as isolated explorers, but as recognized members of a wider community, on their own terms. Human-alien relations would never be the same again.